If you're looking after you and you have really good energy, it means that you can bring your really good energy to being the business leader and being the person that can steer the ship with great energy that inspires and leads and motivates the team. So look after yourself first, and then you can lead and inspire and grow a business much more effectively. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Ignite podcast. So today we are exploring commandment number 2 of the 10 commandments for consultancy business owners, which is thou shalt not hustle or grind. So commandment number 2, thou shalt not hustle or grind. And I've got a really big bee in my bonnet about the whole hustle and grind culture. I honestly cannot stand it. And I guess one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about or kind of anti the hustle and grind is I bought into that for so many years of building my business, just working super hard, getting up at 4 a.m, pushing through, not seeing family or sacrificing family time or me time for just getting one more thing done in the business. And look, everyone is different. And I guess this is my opinion. And, we're talking about the 10 commandments for consultancy business owners, how to grow sustainable businesses. This is my opinion, but I just I can't stand the hustle and grind culture because it really feeds to people's sense of low self-worth. I'm not good enough. I'm not particularly social media. You see people getting up at 4 a.m. and you're like, oh, that dude or that girl's getting up at 4 a.m. I'm not good enough. I should be getting up at 4 a.m. and hitting the gym and, working till 10 o'clock at night and all those sorts of things. And at the end of the day, you have to absolutely sit back and go, what's right for me? Who am I as a person? What kind of balance works for me? And look, honestly, over the years, I've changed how I work and I've changed the balance. And at the moment, I'm going through a period of sleeping in a bit more and getting up a little bit later and still going to the gym in the morning and still home in time to get the kids out of bed and have a coffee and see them off to the school bus and all that sort of stuff. But I really, through that period of hustle and grind, I got quite resentful towards my business. I became cranky. I wasn't getting enough sleep. And I was like, oh, I'm doing this all for the business and the family. But it wasn't, to me anyway, the payoff wasn't worth it. And so I've really flipped my attention to a much more balanced way of building my business and a much more balanced way of building a life that's meaningful to me. And I guess that's what we're talking about this today, which is it breaks my heart when I see business owners feeling like they need to sacrifice everything in their life or big portions of their life in order to focus on building your business. Don't get me wrong, we help business owners build their business. That's our jam. That's our game. We're really good at it. We love it. Myself and in the Ignite team, we talk about business building stuff all the time. We really are quite a little bit business obsessed. But we need to have that balance. Building your business isn't everything. And it's a really big part. It's your baby. You started it. It's important to you, but we have to do these things in a measured way. And that's why I said, I'm talking about this today through my perspective and my journey, which was I tried the hustle and grind thing and I tried working all the hours to try and, build something quicker. And look, we got a lot of momentum and it was great. But I look back on that period and I go, but what did I sacrifice? What did I miss? And there's always going to be a trade-off of time in terms of we always have a decision to make about whether we're going to invest an hour over here or do business over here. Means that, and if it's in a time where you could be spending time with your family, if we're doing time over here, we're sacrificing time with family. But also then we're spending time with family, we're not doing business stuff. There's always a trade-off. So you just have to work out what is right for you. But yeah, it just breaks my heart, this whole hustle and grind culture. There's a saying that I saw, not recently, but there's a saying that I saw from a very well-known, Instagram influencer, one of those kind of people that just said, sacrifice everything for a year so that you never need to sacrifice for anything ever again. And his whole concept was you just work super hard for that 1 year. You, in his words, sacrifice everything for that 1 year. You tell everyone that you're not going to be contactable or available or anything like that for that whole year and build something incredible and amazing and then after that year, boom, you never have to sacrifice for anything ever again. I just think that's an awful message because what if it takes longer than a year? And depending on how long you've been in this game of building your business, you probably know that it will likely take longer than a year to build your business to a point where, the business runs without your constant input, where it generates great revenue and great profit and sets you and your family up for financial freedom and financial success. It's very likely it's going to take longer than a year. And we talk to our boardroom members all the time about, and this is natural human behavior. When you feel like you compare yourself to others, I'm not as far along as I thought I would be. I'm not as far along as I thought as they are. They're making more profit than me. And that this is downward spiral of starting to beat yourself up. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. This whole crazy thing called life, it's not over in a year. We're on this planet for a very long time. And I'm a very, very big believer in building a sustainable business that you love, that you enjoy, that, if you're a dad or a mum, you're a role model for your kids too, in terms of how to build a great business, but also be present, be there, be at all the events that you want to be for your kids and your family, and be that role model for that next generation to say, hey, the hustle and grind thing, you don't need to go down that path. You can actually do something quite sustainably and have that balance, whatever balance looks like for you in your life. So it is a marathon, not a sprint. I want you to think about that when you're beating yourself up that you're not as far along as you thought you would be, that you're comparing yourself to others. I want you to think about all the things that you have done and how far you have come, and just recognize that you have time, you have years ahead of you to keep going, but doing it in a sustainable and fun way. So I'd honestly much rather that you slow things down, focus on consistency and doing the things on a daily that actually matter towards the growth of your business, but also doing things on a day that matter to you personally. Exercising, reading books, laughing, having fun, hanging out with the kids, spending time with your wife or your husband, spending time with friends. I'd much rather, and hopefully the passion is coming through in my voice, I'd much rather you slow things down, recognize it's a marathon, not a sprint, focus on consistency, stepping back, working out what's important to me, and doing those things on the daily. And I'd much rather you have some fun and enjoy the journey. This whole work super hard until retirement and then enjoy yourself when you retire, again, it doesn't make sense to me. I've known too many people that are either close to me or friends of friends who don't make it to retirement through, health issues or maybe working too much. You just don't know when your time's up. So we need to make sure that you're doing all the things that you can and enjoying life and enjoying the journey. Now, don't get me wrong, building a business, it can be hard and it can be frustrating. It can require you to work longer hours than when you were working for someone else, getting a nice regular paycheck and all those sorts of things. But I want that to be a sometimes thing. I know that you need to invest big hours sometimes to get something over the line, to get an opportunity to meet with someone after work, to hire a new employee or a staff member, or to meet with a client to get the opportunity to work on the next big project. Yes, sometimes you have to do really big hours, but I want that to be the exception, not the norm. Don't sacrifice everything else for your business. So do not buy into the hustle and grind culture. So that's commandment number 2, thou shalt not hustle and grind. Work out what's important to you, work out your cadence, work out the things that you need to do on a daily basis, both in business and personal, and make sure that you're getting a good spread and a good mix to keep moving those things forward. It's about consistency, time in the arena, not how many hours you work in a day or a week. So yeah, it's about working smarter, not harder. It's about looking at how can you leverage your team's time better? How can you get some more help or support into your business? It's about, instead of you just jumping in and going, well, I'm just going to do this because it's easy that I do it, and then you end up staying back to the office till 7 o'clock, when had you asked someone on the team or stopped and thought about the leverage piece first, you could have approached a team member and they've gone, oh, you've actually got nothing to do with for the rest of the day. Perfect. Can you help me with this? And so then all of a sudden you're not staying back into the office till 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock and missing dinner, missing tucking the kids in, all that sort of stuff. So it's about working smarter, not harder, building that balance into your life. It's about focusing on using leverage as much as you possibly can. So using the funds in your business to to buy back your time, to hire great staff members, to just have conversations with your team. Hey, can you help with this? It's making sure that you're not doing everything and succumbing to that hustle and grind culture and building that. It's just building a different muscle. Like, we've all got to where we have, probably through really hard work, blood, sweat and tears, and like wearing that as a badge of honor on our shoulder in terms of I do 60 or 70 or 80 hour weeks. And I just want that to not be a badge anymore. I want there to be a badge that says, I just do 40 hours a week or 20 hours a week, and I have lots of fun, and I see my family more, and I go surfing and I play tennis, and it isn't all about business, because I've built a business that allows me to do all those things. So it's about working out what's truly important to you across all areas of your life and doing them all together. So that's commandment number 2, team. Thou shalt not hustle and grind. Don't burn yourself out in the first year or 2 years. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Make sure that you're building fun, enjoyment, looking after yourself, spending time with the people that you love, and enjoying building a business along the way. Because if you're looking after you and you have really good energy, it means that you can bring your really good energy to being the business leader and being the person that can steer the ship with great energy that inspires and leads and motivates the team. So look after yourself first, and then you can lead and inspire and grow a business much more effectively. I hope that helps. So if you'd like to keep doing this business owner journey on your own, we have a ton of free resources, website, YouTube channel, podcast, myriads of different things that you can download from us to help you along your journey. But if you'd like to get some help, if you'd like to be shown the shortcuts, shown the pathway to follow to build an amazing consultancy, I'd love to send an invite. I'd love to invite you to join our boardroom coaching program. So it's purely for business owners of engineering, town planning, surveying and architecture consultancies, designed purely to help you grow and scale your business. So if that's you, if you're curious, you'd like to get some help building your business, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let's have a chat about you and getting some help to grow your business faster through Boardroom. Have an epic day.